Hi guys, Peter Finch here from Quest Golf, and we're going to talk today about a chip and run shot. The chip and run shot and the chip and run technique is your fundamental cornerstone of what you want to be seeing when chipping. It's the real basic technique and the basis which will give you everything you need to do to then build a solid chipping game around. Now the chip and run technique is simplicity itself. There's just a few things that you need to make sure are in place before you actually kind of hit the shot. Now with the setup, this is where a lot of the magic happens. This is where you can really make or break this whole kind of technique. Now what you want to be seeing with the setup for the chip and run is the ball position middle to back, depending on how high you want to play it and kind of what spin that you want to create, but we'll get onto that in a moment. So how high you want to get it will depend on where the ball position is. I'm placing this just back of center. I'm moving my weight onto my left side, about 70% of my weight onto my left foot. I'm placing my hands so they're ahead of the ball and the butt end of the club points at my left hip. My feet and my hips are slightly open to the target, so they're pointing a little bit left, but my shoulders are still parallel to the target line. That's because I want the club working straight back and through, and I don't want it cutting across the body. So I'm going to get in that setup position. And you can see the shaft angle here is matching up with my left arm and wrist. Now that's very important, because what's going to happen with the technique is this triangle which is created between my shoulders and my arms, I'm going to rock that back. So just turn my left shoulder down and lift my right shoulder up. Move the triangle through so my body's in the same position it was at address, and then move the body through, and again just mirror that kind of triangle position that I had in the backswing. It's simplicity itself, because as long as your sternum stays over the ball and as long as these wrists don't flick, the ball is going to come out with a consistent amount of spin. It's going to pitch and then it's going to release to the hole. Now what loft you use will determine how much spin and how much height you generate, and you can move the ball into different positions as well. For this particular shot here, like I said, I've just got my pitching wedge, so I'm going to put it off the back foot, right off my back toe, so I know it's going to come out low. It's not going to have a great amount of spin and it should release down to the hole. I'm just going to keep that triangle back and through. Just allow that ball to pop off and roll down towards the hole. Not too bad, a little bit right to left, but quick as well, this green at the moment. So that is your very basic kind of chipping technique. The only other variation of this that you want to look out for, and the only other thing that you do want to watch out for, is the reason that you want your shoulders square, like I said, is so that the club moves up and down along the target line. Just make sure when you're actually chipping that that club isn't wandering too far outside, too far inside, or with too much wrist hinge. You want to be keeping those wrists out of the shot, because that is really where you get that simplicity from. If you cut down the amount of movements that are available and you just, oh, god damn it, I thought I'd got one on camera. But if you just cut down the amount of moving parts within the technique, it will become much, much simpler. Right guys, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the Quest channel if you haven't already, and hop over to my channel and subscribe as well if you haven't already. Follow us all our social media platforms, myself and Rick Shields, and we will see you down here next time. Please comment in the box below as well. Always like to know what you guys think, and always like to know what you want to be seeing next as well.